Everyone has always wanted a robot assistant who can both do your homework and cook your dinner. Once upon a time, these dreams were just dreams, but with the arrival of Google's RT-2, this fantasy is closer than you think. Hey guys, it's Ben, and in today's video I want to explain everything that we know about Google's latest AI innovation, RT-2. This AI tool has been described as bridging the gap between human instruction, digital understanding, and robotic action. And in this video, we will tell you everything that you need to know about this new AI overlord, from features to release dates. So, without further ado, let's take a closer look. Obviously, our initial question is, what is RT-2? So, RT-2 stands for Robotic Transformer 2, and is the DeepMind's latest attempt at a novel vision language model that learns from web and robotics data, and then translates this knowledge into generalized instructions for robotic control. Now, this sounds pretty complicated, but all that means is that in theory, you'll be able to give your RT-2 a simple command, such as, "Can you help me clean my room?" And RT-2 will then process this information and carry out the task, even if it's never heard of the task before. Now, this is incredibly interesting, because generally, in order for a robot to be able to perform a task successfully, you would need to give it a bunch of information. For instance, if you wanted a robot to be able to clean your room, you would have to feed it hundreds of hours worth of data on how to clean your specific room. And if any of this data was incorrect, the robot would be unable to complete the task. RT-2 is therefore representing a massive change from this way of machine learning. It's bridging the gap in difference between ways that humans and robots learn, and enabling the robotic learning process to be more similar to that of a human. As humans, we learn through context, experience, and information from books, the internet, and so on. If RT-2 is able to learn in this manner as well, the possibilities for its application would literally be endless. And if you made it this far into the video, then make sure to hit that subscribe button. We got so many more videos that are on the way covering new robots just like RT-2, and the more support we get, the quicker we can pass on all this unbelievable information to you. Of course, there is probably this glaring question that's in your mind right now. How does RT-2 work? RT-2 uses two main parts to function. First off, it's a vision language model, and secondarily, it uses a vision language action model. A vision language model learns from information on the internet, such as text and images. This essentially helps RT-2 to understand basic things like what an object is. On the other hand, the vision language action model directs robotic actions. To put this into context just a little, let's take a look at RT-1. So RT-1 can perform a variety of tasks, like putting a bag of chips in a drawer. However, it was only limited to completing actions that it has seen before, therefore severely limiting its overall application. Now, RT-2 is so much more advanced because of this capability of learning from the web, which essentially gives it the ability to learn as a human would. Although, it is arguable that RT-2 is actually better at learning than us, because it doesn't get distracted by ads and other pointless information. It instead focuses absolutely on the task at hand, creating a more efficient research process. Oh, by the way, going down the rabbit hole on our channel doesn't count as inefficient research on your part, so make sure to check out our other content. Now, how does the vision language model work? So the vision language model section of RT-2 works by searching through a variety of online text and images from big websites like Wikipedia, as well as news sites. It then turns this information into a format called embeddings, which capture the most important part of the text and images in question. These embeddings can then be turned into text or images when necessary. Now, how does the vision language action model work? So the VLA part of RT-2 works in a similar way, but also adds robot data to this online data. This includes a variety of data from images that the robot sees, commands given by people, and what the robot does in response to these inputs. The VLA also turns these into embeddings, but importantly can also convert these embeddings into robot actions, displayed as special action words. These action words basically describe what the robot can do and provide specifics such as speed. An example of these actions would be something like move forward 1.5, which would instruct the robot to move forward 1.5 meters. To make this work, RT-2 makes use of a mechanic called VLM transformation. This process basically allows RT-2 to predict robot actions. This allows RT-2 to perform actions that it hasn't been directly trained on, thus making the potential for this machine virtually unlimited. With VLM transformation, RT-2 will be able to perform in a variety of settings, from domestic cleaning to helping around construction sites, all under basic, non-specialized training. Now, Google has shown the process in action a few times. RT-2 has been seen sorting out trash into different recycling piles, and can identify plastic bottles and cups in heaps of rubbish. It can tell inanimate objects apart, and can even understand tasks when given vague information that doesn't directly state the action you want it to take. For instance, you could ask RT-2 to pick up the yellow bottle, and it'll pass you the mustard even if there is ketchup and ranch on the table beside it. In a real-life setting, RT-2 will learn the layout of a room and can avoid obstacles like chairs and tables with ease. It can also perform actions on the spot, like catching a falling bottle or cleaning up some dishes that have been left on the counter. The fact that RT-2 has this ability to learn from its past experiences is extremely significant because it means that over time, it will keep becoming a better and better assistant. It will become more efficient at certain tasks, learn your routine, and even create its own routine to make your life that little bit easier. Now, let's talk about the features, because there's no hiding from the fact that RT-2 is a seriously impressive robot. And if you're anything like me, you might be wondering, what on earth is powering this thing? Well, beyond its VLM and VLA models, RT-2 makes use of some pretty innovative technology, such as chain of thought reasoning. This allows RT-2 to break a larger task down into constituent parts, making it much easier to complete said action. For each new step, RT-2 will use its VLA model to decide on any actions or questions it may need to ask. With chain of thought reasoning enabled, RT-2 has shown to be able to move a banana to a specific flag when there are multiple on the table when the instructions weren't precise. RT-2 also makes use of action tokens, and Google has stated the following. To control a robot, it must be trained to output actions. We address this challenge by representing actions as tokens in the model's output, similar to language tokens, and describe actions as strings that can be processed by standard natural language tokenizers. So essentially, action tokens are very simple commands that can be understood by a variety of robots. These tokens can then be put in a chain, allowing RT-2 to conduct more complex actions via this building block of smaller tasks. These features have led to RT-2 consistently outperforming its competition in virtually every metric. For instance, in various tests that measure a robot's skill in doing commands from language commands, RT-2 scored an impressive 92.3%, whereas top competitors such as VC1 achieved just 85.6%. RT-2 has also shown to be more stable in real-world settings and more versatile than these competitors. Ultimately, RT-2 looks like a standout robot in this space, and is a significant improvement over Google's first attempt. The combination of VLM and VLA learning is going to make RT-2 so much more versatile in the real-world settings, and within the next few years, we genuinely could see robots like RT-2 in the workplace and at home. Of course, let us know your opinion on RT-2 in the comments below. Will this robot change the world, or are we just witnessing another overhyped idea that will never fulfill what Google has promised? And if you are interested in AI, robots, and all things tech, make sure to hit that subscribe button, as we're always coming out with new videos, like our recent analysis of artificial superintelligence, which you can check out right now. We hope you enjoyed, and of course, we'll see you in the next video.